On December 12th, we have a Sagittarius new moon. So we're first going to get into the collective and what this message means for us and the energies overall of this new moon. And then we're going to get into each of the 12 signs and pull an oracle card. If you'd like to book a reading, there's a link down below. Timestamps will be down below, as well as appreciation for these videos will also be down below. So let's get into it. This is a beautiful new moon, right? It's a fine new moon in Sagittarius season. There's this optimism, there's a new beginning and a fresh start always with the new moon, because the sun and the moon are both in Sagittarius. And there is this push towards a new and fresh start, a new beginning. This new moon is happening on December 12th. And that's important to bear in mind, because the 13th of December is when Mercury will then go retrograde, right? So even though we are in this pre-shadow period, Mercury retrograde, and Mercury is stationing to go retrograde, right? We are wanting expansion, we are wanting growth. You could have felt hesitant to take action on something previously, but this new moon is actually motivating and inspiring you to expand and grow. When we are looking at the aspects, or the energy, I should say, of Sagittarius as a whole, Sagittarius is a fire sign. So there is this hope, there is a spark within us. This is this energy of fire being ignited within your soul and spirit. And there's optimism, because Sagittarius is ruled by the energy of optimism. It's ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in Taurus at this time, and it is retrograde. And so Jupiter is about wisdom, luck, opportunity, expansion, and growth. And that's the energy of Sagittarius. There's this new fresh start, like, I want to learn something new, or what have I learned? Seeing the bigger picture, higher understanding, perspective. That is what this new moon is showing us. Let me see the bigger picture about this. How can I follow through on, maybe there might be challenges, but what's the bigger picture? What have I learned? What wisdom do I have? The beautiful thing about Sagittarius energy is it gives us the energy of optimism, hope, and wanting to expand and grow, embracing the idea and the ideology. Because when we are talking about, Sagittarius, it's our philosophy and ideologies and what we believe in, that, everything will be all right. That's the energy of Sagittarius. And, I can expand and grow past this. This might be happening, but I can see the bigger picture. Maybe I need to change something. And we need to talk about change, because change is so important, because Sagittarius is a mutable sign like Pisces, Virgo, and Gemini, and mutable signs remain flexible and open to change. They are the time of when the season is changing, right? That's what they rule over. So it's being flexible and open to changes. That is what we need to be open to, and open-minded, open-spirited, open heart. That is the energy of Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules over world travel, when we want to go all over, have an adventure, experience different things. Sagittarius rules over higher education and learning, as well as life experience. Sagittarius is where we feel empowered to cheer others on. When I think Sagittarius, I think cheerleader. Why? Because there's hope, there's inspiration, there's seeing the bigger picture. Even though you might be challenged, this is where you see the bigger picture. There is, with this new moon, a square to Neptune, who is now direct in the sign of Pisces. So what this tells us is that we must not give in too much to fantasy or delusion. Neptune is now direct. So when Neptune is direct, this means the rose-tinted glasses are on. Life sometimes, and the decisions we make during when Neptune is direct, is what we later, when Neptune goes retrograde, we rethink about, and maybe we see things a bit clearly, because Neptune will be operating in an internal level. External level means that illusions, fantasy. We can't get too lost into just imagining things to be awesome. Keep a sense of reality about you. Remember that this new moon is happening in the sign of Sagittarius. The depositor of this new moon is Jupiter. Jupiter is in Taurus. Taurus is a physical earth sign. It's practical. It is ruled by Venus as well. So it's looking at all the things that beautify our lives, as well as finances. That's the energy of it. But it's a fixed sign. It's an earth sign. And it's telling us that we need to be very much aware of the practical, physical solutions to what we find ourselves challenged with. Okay, and we will be challenged due to the fact that Mercury is going retrograde the very next day. So things might not go according to plan. It's not the time to throw all your toys out the cot, but it is the time to be flexible and open. That's the energy of Sagittarius. You know, it has an energy of exploring, adventure. When you are going on an adventure, it's a journey into the unknown. You might have a sense of where you're going, but you don't know what to expect. And through that lack of expectation, yeah, things might happen, challenges, right? But because you didn't expect anything, you're still open-minded about it. You're still seeing your way around it. Oh, this didn't work out. Okay, let's go here. You're not going to be, oh my goodness. It's our expectations sometimes that actually stop us. You know, like if we expected this day at that time, I know this restaurant, I know what I eat, this is what I do. That's a routine. Sagittarius is not about that. Sagittarius is like, let's try something new. Let's change it up. Let's have an adventure. What can we see? Oh, maybe we didn't like it, but we learned something valuable from this experience. So, new and fresh starts in terms of higher perspective and our sense of belief and optimism and our ability to expand and grow within our lives. What I am going to warn against, they'll warn you about, not so much against, Mars is active too at this new moon. Mars is in sign of Sagittarius with the moon. This tells us that we have action, motivation to pursue the big picture, the vision, the way in which we want to expand and grow. You know, we are motivated and wanting to take action upon these things. But we need to not get so riled up that we give into aggravation and frustration and anger. This is not the time like if you don't get your way that you throw all those toys out the cart. No, it's about being flexible and open to change. Mutable is about change. Mutable is about being flexible and learning from your experiences. Do I see that other people will be domineering at this new moon? Yes, because the moon is our emotional world. Mars is action, aggression, and if you're prone to anger, guess what? Yeah, it can be quite volatile for those around you and yourself. So be aware of that. Emotions in Mars, it's hot. Once again, just like the new moon we had in Scorpio, not as intense, but definitely there. And because Mercury is going retrograde, there is this element of forgetfulness, mental fog, miscommunication, delays, right? Already in the air. You know, having a bit of conflicts and tiffs. But remember the bigger picture and what have you learned from this experience? Information coming to light because Mercury retrogrades love to give us that. What have you learned from this experience? What is the bigger picture? What are you motivated? This can be a great new moon for working on things. You will feel like, oh, I want to do this and I want to work on it, right? Might be something that maybe you struggled with before and now you see your way through and you want to work on it at this time. I will say that Venus in Scorpio is in opposition to Jupiter in Taurus. And this also impacts now fixed signs, yeah? And the fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This is a good aspect in the terms of that Venus in opposition. It actually shows expansion and growth. It actually shows opportunity. It actually shows, you know, even though things can be, like we might feel challenged, but it seems like the challenges seem like, you know, things that maybe we already know about, things that we've already processed and dealt with, but maybe we pushed it to the side and maybe we need to learn something from it. Is Venus and Jupiter good for finances? Yes. It's good for relationships? Yes. The thing that I will tell you about the Venus, because Venus is in sign of Scorpio, it seems like it's more like, even though maybe there's some fire around you, because there's fire energy, there's fires around you, and people are acting, you know, more aggressive, dramatic, because Sagittarius is that big display. So when people are angry now, it's a big display because Mars is there. It's like all out. It's not, you know, that's Sagittarius. If you think of the world, expansion and growth, that's Sagittarius. We have the moon there. Our emotions are feeling that way and we have Mars there. So, we can blow up pretty big about things, and we can blow up on others. Mars is aggression too against others in a big way too. I will tell you, remain in your boundaries, be aware of the energies, because awareness is key. When you're aware of things, you know, like, oh, people will be prone to emotional outbursts. Who do I know? Because we all know someone who we know is quick to anger and is not afraid of a big display of anger, right? That's where you set those healthy boundaries. Mercury is already on the 13th going retrograde. So we need to be also aware of that. People from the past re-entering our lives. So it is a new beginning, but it might be something that you've obviously been working on or already been dealing with that you want to complete, or it's new, but it's almost like you had to stop and you felt held back. And I know you might be feeling a bit hesitant, especially with the sun and moon with that square to Neptune in Pisces, yeah? And that's okay. Make sure you are practical about things. Do not get into any dubious contracts, negotiations, and manipulations, because that's really a good aspect for people to sell you something better than they have. Truly, you know, they're selling you a story, they're selling you an illusion, and the square gives you the uncertainty. Remember the practical energy of Jupiter being in Taurus. Be practical, be logical, be something that you can see in front of you. That would work best. Not someone selling you an idea or an illusion or something like that. There can be a lot of manipulation and lies and deception with that energy. And you will feel uncertain about it. But because of the optimism, you might jump into it too quickly. Be practical. Use this energy to your benefit. Keep those healthy boundaries, especially with Mars, because that's where I see the explosive, fiery energy coming through from others. Protect yourself energetically. Ground yourself, right? Stay calm. Be optimistic, yes. Expand and grow within your life, yes. But also keep your wits about you. This is the energy of learning and wits and knowledge and wisdom. And you know what? Keeping your wits about you comes through experiences. So yes, that's new moon. Now we're going to get into each of the 12 signs and then the oracle card. Aries, you are a fire sign and this is a fire moon, and Mars is in a fire sign. This is a great new moon for, you know, expansion, growth, wisdom, higher learning, education. So new fresh starts to how you want to expand and grow within your life. New travel plans, like wanting to travel, wanting to go on vacation, exploring higher education, maybe deciding that you want to study something a lot deeper, take it to the next level. Great for broadcasting, teaching, or, you know, deciding to teach something to someone. Great for sharing your wisdom. Even when it comes to your personal beliefs, new beliefs are coming up within you as you encounter people from various cultures that are different from you or have different beliefs than you that will inspire you. This new moon is great for inspiration for you. It's inspiring you. It wants you to expand. It wants you to grow. It wants you to learn. Learning through experience can be a good thing, right? This is where you're allowed to see the bigger picture of maybe past discrepancies and issues. But you can also learn through having a new experience, right? That can be very rewarding for you at this time. You might decide, oh, I want to experience this. Let me go there, work there, maybe part-time, stuff like that. This is the free-spirited, adventurous energy, and it's happening here for you to really expand and grow, but really good for, you know, higher learning, higher education, and learning through wisdom, expansion, and growth. Taurus, you're quite inspired and motivated with this new moon to take action, right? It's really a good new moon for you to take action in terms of your investments, finance, joint money as well. So a partner's money, a business partner's money, paying off debts, receiving financial gains for anywhere you've invested either time, effort, or money. Because, you know, money is just time. If you think at the time you've worked on something, so there's something you've been like investing your time, investing your money, and you want to reap a financial reward, really good for, like, you know, new opportunities for financial investments as well. Jupiter is in your sign, and this new moon is, the chart rule of this new moon would be Jupiter. So that's really good because you are also quite active at this new moon, and Venus is opposite you, offering you lots of, you know, harmonious energy within your relationships existing, as well as, I would say, you know, if there are any conflicts, that's due to the Mercury retrograde. right? That's coming up the next day. So anything misunderstood or conflicts like that, or anything being found out, that's the Mercury retrograde happening the next day. So be aware. Anything that is new in terms of, like, maybe you're working on something, maybe you were struggling with finances. This is very rewarding, this energy, especially because Venus is opposite you in your one-on-one personal partnerships. Jupiter's in your sign, chart ruler is Jupiter. Really good for investments and finances. If there's any secrets that need to come to out at this time, definitely this new moon will show you that. Relationships that are draining you, you will be setting healthy boundaries with those relationships. It's a very intuitive new moon for you. It's also a new moon for healing and transformation of any fears, doubts, and insecurities, past traumas that are keeping you stuck from expansion and growth. Gemini, this new moon can offer new and fresh starts to existing or even new relationships, both personally and professionally. I would say keep your healthy boundaries up, especially if you find any of your relationships being more aggressive or bringing about anger or conflict. Keep those boundaries. Your ruler is going retrograde on the 13th of December, so watch out for any miscommunication, misunderstandings, and information can come to light. So remember to keep your healthy boundaries. But this new moon is great for new beginnings, new fresh starts. There's an element of you wanting to expand and grow with your one-on-one partnerships, both personally and professionally, and you can definitely do so. You can utilize this new moon to do so. Maybe you were struggling to connect in a business partnership or in work relations, or you were struggling to connect within a relationship. This is showing you expansion and growth. This new moon is asking you, what wisdom have you gained in your relationships? What has it taught you through experiences? And how do you want to expand and grow further? If you find a relationship completely draining, do put an end to it. This is about expansion and growth, but sometimes we can't expand and grow when we remain stuck. Freedom is the name of the game with this new moon opposite you, and you are seeking that freedom and liberation and a breath of fresh air when it comes to your one-on-one relationship. So definitely go forth with that energy and remember that with this new moon. So how do you want to expand and grow? Where are you seeking freedom to expand and grow? Having an adventure with your one-on-one partnerships, and where do you feel stuck? And that's the place where you're going to have to set the tone and set the boundary. Cancer, this new moon has you very much in the energy of, expansion and growth when it comes to your health and wellness, mentally, emotionally, and physically. This is where information can come to you. Maybe you are learning something to help you with your health and how you take care of yourself. Maybe you're doing a course, right? You want to learn something basically, or through experience even, right? When you experience with various maybe herbal teas, right? Hibiscus tea lowers blood pressure. Maybe you're exploring and you're learning about your health in a very different way, where you want to expand and grow. This shows new beginnings to your health. So there's some new changes that you're making to your health, whether that's mental health and you're like, oh, I don't think I can listen to complainants no more, or whether that is physical health, maybe changing your routine. Your routine will be changing with this new moon. This new moon shows a change in routine will benefit you. Maybe you waking up earlier, waking up later, or you're changing the route that you go to work. You're shifting your routine, and that is helping you. You're also changing your emotions, so watch for that. Complainers, maybe someone who's too negative, maybe someone who's too critical of you. You are changing that energy, and you're embarking on more healthy mind, body, soul, and spirit energy. This shows new beginnings also for work. So you might make a change when it comes to work. This shows you very motivated to get things done when it comes to getting organized and putting things into place. It's really good for, like, I need this in this place, I need to sort that out. Really good new moon for that, organizing your life and organizing situations within your life. If there's any tension with co-workers, if you have co-workers, set those healthy boundaries. But other than that, this new moon is all about focusing on your health, shifting your environment in all possible ways when it comes to your routine for your benefit when it comes to your health. Leo, this new moon is really good. It shows new and fresh starts to your romantic life. This is where you're reigniting a spark in an existing relationship, meeting new people, or maybe you felt there was someone you liked a while back and now they come back into your life. This new moon allows for that energy. Mercury is going retrograde the very next day, so watch for any exes returning. But it is a time for you to expand and grow and learn when it comes to your romantic life through experience. And you're looking for fun and pleasurable experiences. You're done with situations that seem dull and boring. Fun and pleasure, things that make you feel youthful, things that make you feel alive. It's a great new moon for creative projects, right? Any creative projects that you're working on. If you're an entrepreneur, this is where you are working, really hard on any creative projects that you want to push out, and this will be really rewarding for you. So definitely put your energy into creative projects. Definitely put your life and energy force with this new moon for romantic dates and romance, or even if you're single, right? Yes, you can meet someone new, but you can always go out and invite romance into your life by having pure fun. And that's what this new moon says. Hey, when Mars said you have fun, get up and have some fun. You need to have some fun. Enjoy your life. That's that new moon for you. Virgo, this new moon brings up intensity when it comes to your emotions, because it's happening in the area of emotions, home, and family. Mars is here as well with this new moon. So there can be tension with family members, and maybe you need to set healthy boundaries. You can be feeling quite riled up and aggressive and tense emotionally because of Mars being in this area of life. So remember, this is about learning through experience and seeing the bigger picture and the wisdom. What wisdom and bigger picture you can see from the experiences you've had in the past. Your ruler is going retrograde on the 13th, okay? And that can bring up a lot of conflict and tension for you, and people from the past come back into your life. But with this new moon, it is telling you, because it is also happening in the area of taking you back into the past. So especially family experiences, childhood experiences, some emotional tension will be rising up with you. And that's okay if it is. Don't allow it to overcome you with rage, but do feel what you're feeling and let it move through you. Go on a good walk if that's what you need to do. But this new moon is really good for new and fresh starts to your home or living situation. So if you're moving home, someone's either leaving your home, that's a new beginning. You are doing something new to your home. You're decluttering your home. You're moving things around in your home. You making sure this home space feels really new and brand new to you. And that can even be deep cleaning. But you're making sure the home is new. There can be new and fresh starts and new beginnings to family. So your family could be experiencing some new and fresh starts. I want you to watch how much of tension this puts on you, because Mars is there. And this Mars was also very active with the Scorpio new moon a month ago. And that could have also brought up some tension. Year 2, you are still feeling this tension as a mutable sign, and also because your ruler is going retrograde the very next day. And you could feel like you're lacking a bit of energy. Get yourself moving. See where you need to take action when it comes to home and family matters, and where you need to set healthy boundaries to dissolve any conflicts. When it comes to your own emotions, whether it's anger or frustration, move your body is the best way to release pent up feelings, because Mars can have you pretty wind up here, like you're wound up with the tension. So remember to release those feelings through movement. Libra, this shows new and fresh starts when it comes to learning. So anything that you were learning at the time, new and fresh starts to like writing, any new and fresh starts to marketing, new and fresh starts to your communication, ideas and thoughts and mind. This is an expansion of your mind. Opportunities can come to your mind. This is a time when there's a lot of expansion, growth, and you're shifting your beliefs, and that beliefs that you're shifting is shifting your mind, and this is inspiring you to communicate, express yourself. If there's anything you need to say, this is when you're most wanting to communicate and others are communicating with you. It's a great new moon to get things done in terms of emails, organizing paperwork. This new moon encourages writing and typing out things, sending out those text messages, sending out those emails. So you could be busy with that as well, and you're very motivated to do so. A lot of learning is coming through for you, and a lot of communication. When it comes to siblings, there could be, or even like family, right? But mainly siblings, there can be quite a lot of tension here with siblings at this time. So be aware of that tension. Also with neighbors, tension within your environment. So because Mars is also active, and if you are feeling that, take some time out. This is showing what is happening around you. And that can kind of put you off balance, and you don't want that. You want to expand your mind in terms of opportunities. These will be learning opportunities. These will be opportunities maybe in coming through to you in a written form or email form, maybe opportunities through a blog post that you read, and this gives you a bright idea. Your mind is filled with ideas, and this is really good because you can capitalize on these ideas for opportunities of financial gain. And I say this because Jupiter is in Taurus, and that for you is investments and money's coming to you, and also Venus is in Scorpio. So there is that energy of opportunities of financial gain here for you. But there's a lot of people communicating with you. Maybe what someone says to you can also be an opportunity for you. But a lot of opportunities, whether that's just plain old simple expansion and growth and you shifting your belief systems and how you think about things. It's also a really good new move for small distant trips, right? Maybe you want to take a drive to a vacation home on the beach, but it's not far. It's just like these small distance trips, or planning that is what you're busy with. But watch out for tension with siblings, neighbors, and just in your overall environment because of Mars being active at this new moon. Scorpio, this new moon shows new and fresh starts when it comes to your skills, your talents. So you might have new ideas about upping your skills. You might get new ideas about financial opportunities. This new moon is all about those new and fresh beginnings to your opportunities financially. Mercury goes retrograde the next day, so please read and reread everything. Don't just give into something brand new. Maybe it was something you wanted to start but you forgot about it, or maybe you got preoccupied. Now you have the ability to pick that very same thing up. I would say this new moon also is with Mars, so it's making you be active and proactive to taking action towards your finances. Do not get frustrated with your income. It's not the energy for like, I'm so frustrated about this and I'm overwhelmed by this, and this frustration is making me want to take it out on something. No. This is a time for you to take action, be motivated, be inspired, and see the ways in which you can expand and grow financially within your life. And this new moon will reward you 6 months from now when we have a Sagittarius full moon. So what you work on now will pay off 6 months from now. So work on those new ideas, manifest, call it into your life. New beginnings and fresh starts to your finances will be very good for you 6 months from now. But beyond a Mercury retrograde, the very next day Mercury goes retrograde. You know, some places even the 12th. So be aware of that, keep that in mind, and read and reread things. Do not just give into something that feels too good to be true. Like I said, best opportunity to work on things you've already been working on, right? Or maybe you wanted to work on it but you forgot about it, or life got busy. Now's the moment to actually take that action. Sagittarius, happy birthday. It's your new moon and Mars is with this new moon. That means this is a time for you where you are motivated. It's all about you. When we have a new moon in our sign, it highlights all areas of life. So it's a new beginning and a fresh start, yes, but Mercury is going retrograde the very next day, and some areas the 12th as well, like depending on your location on Earth. But it's important for you to be aware of that. So reread anything, think about things, make sure you understand everything clearly if you need to sign something brand new. I wouldn't suggest something brand new. I would, however, suggest if there's anything new you wanted to start, but maybe you forgot about it. Maybe you let it slide. Maybe it was just an idea previously. Now you can act upon it. This new beginning and new moon is in your sign. It's inviting you to expand and grow upon your goals. Mars will be motivating you. This might be even a new moon where you will be feeling aggravated and but tense, even angry if need be. But you're going to be setting those healthy boundaries. You might really need to set those healthy boundaries because Mars is also boundaries. It's not only just anger and aggression. This is where you're like, nope, this is the boundary. You crossed it. Nope, this is taking me away from my goals. Nope, this is not something that I align myself to. I want to expand. I want to grow. I want the opportunities. I want to see the wisdom and have fulfilling experiences that lead to exciting adventures. And you'll be saying no to anything that takes you away from that. But you're definitely using this new moon to start on those new goals that you have personally to you, that really inspire you, Sagittarius. Capricorn, you're exhausted. Okay, you haven't been sleeping the best because Mars is in the area of sleep, and that shows restless, uneasy sleep, where you're moving a lot and you're trying to get comfortable, maybe even dreams that could be keeping you up, like waking you up at night. Not the most easiest time for you. This new moon is about endings, releasing and letting go, closing chapters, especially things from the long ago past. It's almost birthday time, right? And that's why you're having this new moon of endings, releasing, healing, and letting go. It's a spiritual new moon for you, meaning your intuition is heightened. You get a feeling, you might feel emotional. You are cleansing, clearing out. You are saying no, you're saying goodbye. You're closing the door. You're putting an end to things within your life, and you need to be gentle with yourself. You are so exhausted. I can guarantee with this new moon, Capricorn, especially Capricorn rising, you can watch it for your sun, moon, moons too. Right? Mars on the moon is not easy because we get comfortable, but Mars makes us restless there as well. But in any event, for Capricorns, be aware that you could be feeling pretty much exhausted and burnt out. You're just needing some time out. You're needing some time to be reflective, and you want to spend time alone. You might not be in the best of moods to connect to others during this new moon time, unless like you feel you can be emotional, you can be sensitive, you can be withdrawn and then come back in, and you can be daydreamy, because this new moon is encouraging that daydreams, intuition. A really good new moon for creative projects or anything creative, like creative endeavors that you do, that will be very healing. It will also be a great new moon if you want to like seek out a reading. That would be the new moon energy for that. But it is a time for going within, and it's a hermit mode time, just to trust your intuition, trust your gut about areas of your life that you need to put an end to. Okay? Aquarius, you are motivated to make changes to your social circles and interactions, the people that you choose to associate via choice. So this can be friend groups, the groups within your life, whether that's a hobby group. The moment it's a group, all those people standing there, you know what I mean? You start asking yourself, I need a new and fresh start. I need to meet new people. It's a great new moon for you to meet some new people. Maybe you wanted to join a specific organization, like a hobby group or a painting group. You know, maybe it's not a class, it's actually maybe a group that paints for activism. You get my point? This is where you are thinking along those lines of various groups you want to join within your life, and it shows new and fresh starts to these groups. If the groups are met with anger and frustration or very aggressive groups, you're not feeling it, and you are seeking that new and fresh start to like, I need to meet some new people. I need to meet people, and maybe you thought about this before and you never act upon it, you know. But now is the time for you to actually decide, I need to associate and connect to new people that feel in alignment to my soul tribe. Another thing with this new moon, it shows you focusing on your future vision and dreams that you have for yourself. Look, if you're feeling exhausted, because this new moon can show that there's a lot of events and things that are happening, but Mercury is going retrograde the very next day, and in some areas of the world on the 12th. So 12-13, Mercury retrograde. Understand it's stationing to stop at that moment. You will be feeling exhausted. The very next day, you're tired. You're out of it. But it is a new moon where there can be events and social activities happening, and you also deciding about new social groups that you want to connect to, new friend groups, new people that you want to interact with via choice, your own choice that you make within your life, you're deciding upon. Really, it's a good new moon for though your future vision, dreams. So ask yourself, what is my future vision and dreams? You can really start like, I need to act upon this in order to be where I want to be in the future. I need to do this for the dreams that I have for myself. What is your dreams? What is important to you, Aquarius? Pisces, this new moon shows new and fresh starts to your career. So new beginnings for your career. This is where you might get a promotion or you might change jobs. This is where you're getting recognition from an employer. This is where you're wanting to expand and grow within your career and your career domain. You might be thinking about this for a while, Pisces, but maybe life gets in the way and things didn't happen as you're supposed to. But this new moon puts these new opportunities in front of you and needs you to act upon it, especially with Mars being there, because it's the action you take when it comes to your career opportunities and goals. If you're met with any aggression from authority figures, set those healthy boundaries and ask you what changes you need to make to your career, what changes you need to make to your goals. Authority figures can be employers, it can even be elders as well, like a father, a mother, a grandparent, someone who is an authority figure within our lives as well. Even if you're not living with them, the moment you're interacting with them, that person becomes the authority, or even people that seek to be authorities. So that can happen. Some people are domineering in force and they want to be an authority over others. This is where you set those healthy boundaries, Pisces. You're pretty easygoing, and sometimes people look at Pisces and be like, seems like someone who's free and easy. Maybe I can, dominate you. Don't allow that. Set those healthy boundaries. But it's a great new moon for, new and fresh starts, new and beginnings to your career, your reputation, your goals, your sense of purpose, especially anything you've been thinking about prior. If it's brand new, Mercury is going retrograde the very next day. So make sure before you sign any contracts or anything like that, read. If it's anything brand new, make sure you dead sure about it and are practical and logical about it, due to the fact that Neptune is in Pisces, direct in a square to the sun and moon. That means it can be kind of delusional. So you don't want to go into that energy, delusional, fantasy, a dream, with Neptune in that energy is creating that and some uncertainty. So remain focused on anything maybe prior that you've been working on, and remember to be practical on anything new that you're starting. I would say, look, it's suggested that you do not start anything new with Mercury retrogrades. Do people start stuff new? Yeah. Does it always work out? From my readings, no. So I wouldn't suggest it. I haven't really, even for myself, I've tried. But if it's something I previously has been on my mind and I'm like, ooh, I need to do that like to my website. Yeah, I can do it because I've been thinking about that maybe the whole damn year. You get my point? So it's so important to be aware of that, Pisces. How long have you been thinking about it? Just pop up into your head all of a sudden, right? Or is it something that has been in the back of your mind, something you've been wanting to do? This new moon is saying make the time to do it and use your action and motivation to get through and make it happen for you. Great new moon for focusing on things too that we want to work on for ourselves. Okay, Pisces? Oh yes, this new moon in Sagittarius is coming in hot. We have the King of Wands. Now, Wands is that fire element within tarot, right? This is about taking action, motivation, being the leader, being innovative, being the energy of seeing the bigger picture when it comes to what you want to create within your life. You lead the way when it comes to creative ideas, creative pursuits, and what you want to create. And yes, we are all creative. The moment you decide, hey, I want to move home, guess what? It takes your creativity and energy to think things through to make it happen. And that's just an idea. So all ideas start off an idea, and then in order for it to come into reality, we need to use our creativity, which is our intuition and action, and put the pieces together to make it our reality. And the King of Wands is telling you, use your intuition, use that fire within your belly and create the life that you want. Manifestation is high at this new moon. Yes, there's a Mercury retrograde the very next day, and in some locations the 12th as well of December. Be aware of that. Keep your wits about you. Remember, Jupiter's in Taurus, so be practical, be logical about the steps you want to take. But understand that this new moon is about optimism. It's about expansion and growth. And it shows that with Venus in Scorpio, opposite Jupiter and Taurus, it shows that optimism. It shows that growth. Even if it comes from a place of maybe sharing a challenge or sharing a moment of pain in order to reach that opportunity and seeing the bigger picture. This is how we grow and this is how we heal. But ideally, this new moon is telling you, be innovative. Be the energy of a leader when it comes to your destiny.